Internet, what's up? Making this video kind of just to explain my beginnings in archery. I've had my Samick Sage now for about month and a half. Got it early December. We're now late January. Had a lot of fun. Had a lot of interesting growth experiences in the last few weeks. When I started out in early December, well, just watch. Yeah, makes me cringe a little. Knowing what I know now is, yeah, not good. Not accurate. Fun. I mean, we're new. And in the next few weeks, I started doing some research about form, doing some research about shooting techniques, mostly focused around barebow traditional. Because, well, that's kind of what the Samick Sage is. It's a wooden recurve barebow. And, I read a lot about the cheek, the mouth, anchors, and stuff like that. Pull the elbow back tension. Back tension was one of those things that really threw me. A hard concept to grasp in the beginning. Got a little bit better. Eventually ended up ditching the finger glove that came with the bow with the package that me and my buddy bought. Had a lot of problems with arrow pinch, and 3-under just was not, for some reason my brain did not click. So I was only able to really shoot split finger at all. For Christmas, I got a release aid, and because it looked interesting to me. So yeah, that's what I started using after Christmas. And yeah, accuracy improved. It was a lot better. Still using the cheek and jaw area for my anchor, because, under the eye, and you need aim and all that kind of stuff that I'd read with traditional archery and watched with traditional archery. So that got me started. But then I stumbled upon a YouTube channel that I now follow fairly religiously and have watched pretty much all of his movies, at least archery related. A guy by the name of New Sensei. Great videos. Very comprehensive about the topics he covers, and he covers just about everything. It covers equipment differences. Very focused on target recurve, or Olympic style recurve, as a lot of people know it as. But that's okay, because there was still a lot of really good general information in the videos as well, very helpful to me. But, of course, he uses a under-the-jaw anchor. So, of course, I'm thinking, well, I'm doing it wrong then, because, recurve bow, still new, no idea what I'm doing. So I started using the under-the-jaw, still using a release aid, because, I have very limited funds and the free release aid. So, yeah, still using the release aid. And accuracy goes out the window. I can't aim. I have no reference at points anymore because, of course, the arrow is way below my line of sight. And other things that I didn't think would get in the way, namely me. Not mentally me, I mean physically me. I'm a bigger guy. It's obvious. And so it was causing a lot of problems, and then started causing the mental problems because I'm like, well, I was accurate before. Shouldn't this be making me more accurate and all this other kind of stuff? I eventually went back to, I've gone back to the side of the face and up here with my anchor, and my accuracy returns. I'm not perfect, obviously, but I've got a little block target in my backyard. It's only about 1.5 square, 2 feet square. No target faces on it. I just shoot it normally. And, my groupings are decent. And yeah, so it's been an interesting progression for me. And then I go into the local archery shop. My first time in the local archery shop. I've been to other sporting goods stores before now. chain stores, Dick's, Sports Authority, Sports Chalet, the ones everyone's been to. And again, not specialized. They just sporting goods. They had Dick's is by far my favorite right now. Really good selection. The pro staff, I call them pro staff because I'm not sure how pro they are. They are very knowledgeable about some things, not so much about other things. They do provide a lot of services. That's been really nice, but I decided to go to the local archery shop. I will leave them nameless because I was unimpressed. And that's not even to say the least. Thoroughly unimpressed. I walked in overwhelmed by compound bows. They had a couple recurve bows on the wall. Very, very limited selection in recurve bows. Pretty much only the newest wooden recurves. So that was, off-putting initially because I don't intend to shoot compound anytime soon. I might do it if I pick up hunting. If I actually go hunting with my uncle at any point, then I might look into getting a compound bow. But for now, I really enjoy recurve. I enjoy the feel. I enjoy the action. I enjoy the engagement. So I'm going to be pretty much sticking with recurve. So, again, I was wandering around. I was only asked once by someone if I needed anything. And at the time I said no, just kind of looking around. And then I went up to the counter and noticed they had some finger tabs on the wall. So I asked the guy there if he could tell me about the finger tabs he had, because the only ones I saw were the cheap ones, and I asked him if he had any others. And immediately he started trying to sell me the most expensive one they had. Coincidentally, it's the KSL Gold. I told him, I do know it's a good tab. I've seen it reviewed, but budget is a big concern for me. And at that, his attitude changed drastically, dramatically, and for the worse. He said, well, if budget's a concern, here's these, and he just threw these 10, 14 cheap, generic, crappy leather tabs at me. It's like, if this is budget, then this is all you really care about. And it's just very holier-than-thou attitude. I was very unimpressed with that. And then I noticed that they had a Cavalier on the wall. And again, Cavalier is one of those ones that I saw mid-range, really good quality. A lot of people really love it. And I asked him, if they had anything but the small that I saw. He's like, well, I thought budget was your concern. And I said, it is, but I'm not going dirt cheap. He's like, well, why don't you just get, again, trying to push the $80 tab because I'll never need another tab and I'll never get another tab. And it's the better budget buy because it's the only buy and all this hard sell stuff. I do not like the hard sell. I like to do a lot of my own research. So when I go in and ask about things, typically I know what I want. And when I ask for it, I'd kind of like to just get it. So he eventually just, looked through his other Cavalier tabs. I got the medium super leather one. And then I noticed a couple other things. I asked him, if there's a local club, because I was unaware at the time if there were any local clubs. And he just dismissively said, you should go look up Kern River Archers. They do all kinds of other stuff. Got the sense that he really didn't care about any archery other than what he considered archery, which was compound hunting, it looked like to me. So, again, an unimpressive experience. And just kind of inspired me or prompted me to actually make this video about my archery experience thus far and possibly continue to make more. Because when I told him about, what I was doing, and in relation to the club, I told him that I have a Samick Sage. Started going off about, well, did you get it here? Because otherwise it's probably a knockoff, this, that, and the other. Again, got the sense that if you didn't get it here, it sucks. So that turned me off as well. And then I told him about my style that I use, which is apparently very unique, with the jaw anchor with the release, And he said I was doing it wrong, that I couldn't hope to be accurate, and I need to use the generic or the normal guaranteed coached methods if I want to be a serious archer and if I want to see any form of accuracy on a target face. Yeah, I kind of like my accuracy. The reason I'm kind of making this video to share my experiences is, am I actually wrong? You know, again, I'm a new archer. I don't know what I'm doing. I've done some form analysis videos of when I was using the under the jaw. Back tension, again, is still one of my biggest things. I'm still having a really hard time understanding and grasping the concept. New Sensei actually put out a video very recently that explained it very well. I understand it more now. I'm just having a harder time still engaging my back tension. My biggest thing is, am I wrong? A lot of the things I've read is archery is personal. You got to find your style. You got to find your anchor point. Am I wrong? Am I actually so wrong that I cannot be considered an archer for using the anchor point that I do with the bow and release aid that I do? I freely admit I don't know everything. I freely admit that you can get a false sense of skill even when you're using incorrect techniques and methods. It feels right. It feels comfortable. Am I wrong? Do I actually need to adopt a more accepted anchor point, a more accepted draw in general? And that is the question I pose to you. If you wanted to get in touch with me personally, I did leave an email in my in the about here of this page of this channel. Comment, subscription. This is my first video, let's be honest. I just want to share my experiences in archery. I really enjoy the sport so far. I mean, like I said, I've only been at it for a few weeks now. It's been an enjoyable few weeks. I've had a lot of fun, even missing. It's a learning process, and I understand that it's not something you can be perfect at overnight. So again, critiques, comments, suggestions, all appreciated, and thanks for watching.